Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the full elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. I will try to make this video as short as possible. I try to get straight to the point. Is with these devils, as you can see here, major banks, major bank failure, right? And this is from one of the brothers, right? What is his name, boy? Children of Israel, right? He's a very educated and edifying brother. You all should check him out, right, and subscribe to him. Let's get into the video.
The storms on Wall Street continue today after regulators seized the assets of Silicon Valley Bank, marking the largest bank failure since the 2008 financial crisis. The California bank's collapse, the second largest in U.S. history, is now raising concerns about the broader economy. CBS's Nancy Cordes has more.
The nation's 16th largest bank collapsed within hours, leaving customers in limbo and forcing federal regulators to swoop in.
One of our amazing investors alerted us, and essentially he said, the bank is imploding. Get out as soon as you can.
Allison Greenberg is the CEO of a maternity care startup based in LA. Her co-founder transferred nearly all their business funds out just in time.
The website was down, the phone lines were tied up. Even now, if you call the FDIC, you can only leave a message. This is extremely scary for those of us who, pay salaries and put food on the table for our employees.
Silicon Valley Bank caters to tech companies, which have been hit hard by rising interest rates. Recently, the bank reported its assets were running low.
That was the flare that went up and said, hey.
Salakia, yeah. So you can see here with these devils and them what they trying to do, what they're trying to pull. This is a scheme they're trying to pull, right? Because everything they're coming up with right now is a bunch of lies, right? Because you see in the food, it have a lot of food shortages, a lot of food shortage, right? And a lot of things going up, prices going up, people bills going up, but your pay not going up, right? And this is what Esau Edom doing this whole entire earth right now. He basically holding everybody by the balls and squeezing it, which is they can't see the way, right? Although you're right now you might be renting or you might be having your own house, right? You might be paying rent, but you had to still go out there and buy grocery stuff and whatnot. You still had to pay one or two bills, right? Don't think because you're not feeling it as hard right now, you feel everything is okay right now, but things is not okay. A lot of countries are feeling it. A lot of people are homeless. People who died, who get destroyed in the earthquakes, who building the homes were destroyed with flood and from storms and tornadoes. All these people and them, they lose their place. They have nowhere to stay, right? And this coming to your country just now, whatever country you're in. If you're listening to this video here,
I got a problem, and that's when the run started in earnest.
The FDIC took over the bank around noon today, but it only insures deposits up to $250,000. The markets tumbled on fears that other banks could be at risk.
And that's what they say, the other banks will be at risk. Yes, it will be at risk. Right, Salakia? Yeah, it will be at risk. Because they already know, they already had a plan, They already had a plan what they want to do in this whole thing. right? Just to push the agenda, just to push that CHIP, that MARK, that MOTB, right? That character in your hand or in your forehead. That is what they want to push. So they will get rid of everybody with the banks and whatnot. People trying to take the money out of the bank account. They know people doing that. But yet still these devils and them will say, well, here what? The money have no value anymore. So and we have to resort to something else. We better now, and we have a new system, which right now, as you know, Sweden is fully digitized, right? Sweden is fully digitized. They're not using no cash at all, right? Because Sweden on the whole was the first country in the world, to push out fiat money, right? That was the guinea pigs to push out that paper money until everybody other countries started to bring it in to their country. And now Sweden is the first country that closed it off and began the digital money. And so forth, it's going to repeat itself now, right? So you're seeing how the whole thing's just tying up. These devils and them, they're very wicked.
Are recent developments that concern a few banks that I'm monitoring very carefully.
The collapse came even as the U.S. logged another strong monthly jobs report, with employment levels surpassing their pre-pandemic high.
Overall, we've created more jobs in 2 years than any administration has created in the first 4 years.
And these is a bunch of foolishness. They're just standing up there and giving people lies. Because that's what Esau Edom does. He lies, right? He'd say that they're giving you more jobs, but yet still, what do you think is going to happen? Those jobs on them is not how to say it? They're not guaranteed, right? Those jobs not guaranteed. But right now, as you can see, also they're creating robots to take people's jobs, and a lot of people lose their jobs because they have robots now doing those jobs. They don't need the people again, right? So what jobs again they're creating? How much people are going and really sit in a job? If it is they create 3,000 jobs, each 3,000 jobs might actually have about 3 to 4 people for the max working in it. That's making sure the robots do what they're supposed to do, making sure the system run the way it's supposed to run. But guess how much people need a job right now? So you see how wicked these devils and them are. And there's a good precept here to go into how Esau Edom and those devils and them does operate and think, right? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right? So these devils and them, they were quick to tell you some nice things that all you want to hear, but yet still they are going to draw the sword. Soon. Right? Soon they're going to draw it. They already started.
I think all this matters.
This rare bank collapse highlights the challenges that come with high interest rates, but the Federal Reserve is widely expected to hike rates again in a couple of weeks as it works to bring inflation down even further. JB?
Thank you, Nancy.
Sally, this is rapid how quickly this bank went into total collapse. It was just a couple of days, and it happened in the middle of a day on a Friday, which is highly unusual.
I know, it's been a really stunning turn of events here. A very brief potted history of what happened. This bank, it had really a 1-2 punch of having a very concentrated depositor base with startups, and then it also felt the pain of rising interest rate hikes. And then over the past few days, it tried to initiate this rescue plan and raise capital, but unfortunately had to abandon that plan. And then the FDIC stepped in to actually close the bank. And now we have two very big questions, which are what happens to the bank, and also how did regulators miss this?
You know, when we're breaking news, Sally, you're my first call, and I want to.
And nothing ain't missed, you know. It is all planned out. Everything is all planned out, as we all know, right? As we all know, everything is already planned out. Right, this is the book of Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of the hand. And as these are the things that in the power of the hand. This is that video I showed you is a prime example of these devils, right? The so-called head banking families, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and them, right? They push these kind of things. The so-called white man, right? The small hatters, the ish people who claim to be the real Hebrews, right? But they are not. And they covet fields and take them by violence. And that's how they took all these things, right? That's how they got in all this power, because they took it from us. And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, right? Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughty, for this time is evil. And we are living in an evil time right now, right? A lot of things are coming to pass, right? And this is the time to turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We've been saying this for the longest while, right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of power, for who can make that straight? Right? Who can make this devil straight? Who can make him do good? He can't do good. He cannot do good. All these wickedness and all these things that he bringing on the earth, he cannot do good. And everything that happens is of the will of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Which he had made crooked, right? The Lord made this devil crooked. He made him crooked. He made him like this, right? Because we went against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, law, statutes, and commandments, right? This is our punishment. This is our hell. And this is Esau Edom, queendom, right? And the reason we say this is his queendom and not kingdom, because he pushed women up. It's only women he push up. He put them on a pedestal and had them feel that they better and they higher than all men out here. No, it's the men that is above the women. And that's how the Lord put it. But he's coming back to bring it back that way now. Alright, there's the book of Ecclesiastes 1:14-15. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirits, right? That which is crooked cannot be made straight. It says it here again. right? This devil is crooked. Esau, Edom is crooked. That is how he is made. And that which is waiting, is wanting, cannot be numbered, right? And the reason why we could see all these things, and others might find we bashing Esau, Edom, he is the devil at the end of the day, so-called white man, right? He is the devil at the end of the day, right? Because the Lord is not coming to save everybody, right? He don't have time to come and save everybody. At the end of the day, he have a particular people, which is the Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans, right? And he not dealing with the rest of nations, right? And it have here too. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it, right? Jacob name turn to Israel, right? And we are going to get rulership after, right? And Esau, Edom, he's already the basis of men, right? He's going to be beneath our feet, right? He's going to be lower than all the other heathen nations also. All of them will be beneath us, but he's going to be even lower. And after 1,000 years, he's going to get destroyed. We didn't have no Esau again in this world, right? All praises say Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I'm going to just close it off. This is the book of Obadiah 1 and 15. Salakia. And it reads, For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. And this devil is going to get back all these things that, all these different things that he put us through, He oppressed the poor. He oppressed all the Israel. All the Israelites, all of us. Look how you're living. Pay attention to how you're living right now. Pay attention to who above you. You can't get around that. You can't get around that. You have to wait on Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, to return. And that's how things going to end. For as, verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountains, so shall all the heathen drink continually, yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Right? So at the end of the day, these devils and them are going down. Right? But we as the men of the Lord, we holding fast, we praying, and we sending up our prayers, to get this for this time to come, because this time had to come, right? The Lord is coming. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is coming. Shalom.